Okay, now I'm really live if anybody's on. Hi everybody, happy rainy Saturday. Oh, rainy Friday, sorry. It's Friday. I usually do these on a Saturday, and it's been a crazy day. All good, but crazy. Hi Pam. Hi Diane. Sorry if I teased anybody there a few minutes ago. Facebook is a little different than the last time that I was on with a live, so I wanted to make sure I could get it all hooked up and I could line everything up okay so you can see my workstation here. I hope everybody's doing well. TGIF for sure. I hope life is treating all of you good. Except for the rain, but we're supposed to have a nice weekend, I believe. And a nice week next week, so that'll be good. So it's just 8 o'clock now, and I'll let a few more people join if they're going to join in. While we're waiting, before we start, I just wanted to remind you that the April Mood Board Challenge is still up and going. And I don't know if any of you have had a chance to play along with it. There's a really cool mood board. Hi, Liz. There's a really cool mood board that the design team members put together. Or, I'm sorry, I think it was Jessica's month to put the mood board together. Jessica or Tisa? I'm sorry, ladies, I don't remember who. But you can find it on the online scrapbook store page, on the scrapbook layouts and more for My Little Scrapbook Store. And I did lift this from somewhere else, or at least the idea of it from somebody else online. And this is just rainbow paper. Somebody had mentioned it kind of looks like candles, and it does, so it would really be cool for a birthday layout. But I matched up 14 different colors of my Nuvo drops, the glitter, the like a gel and a satin and a pearl. And I just had different patterns going all the way down, kind of brought it lower to the bottom and kind of graduated up this way. And I started from left to right. I lined up all my colors first to see which ones went the best with each of the rainbow lines. And I had a lot of fun with it. So if this is something that you've never tried before, I encourage you to do it. You could do it with different type of rainbow paper or striped paper. It doesn't even have to be rainbow. It just was a really fun effect. And if you look at the top and the bottom, I actually tore this piece off, and this is the same piece down on the bottom that I trimmed just to go to the edge. And then there's a strip here. So I could recreate this layout because I still have this much left of that striped paper. And if anybody's taken a class with me, you know I'm a paper hoarder. Pam, which paper line? I don't remember. I think in the back of it there's flip-flops. But if you look on my layout in the Scrapbook Layouts and More page, there's a link to my blog. And on the bottom of my blog, I always list all of the ingredients or the items that I use on each of my layouts. So I know I listed it there. Hi Ro, hi Lenore, hi anybody that I've missed. I was just showing off my my layout for the April Mood Board Challenge. So if you haven't played along, there's a bunch of different ways that you can interpret it and make that your own and play along with us. And I just wanted to share a little bit more inspiration with you. I used the Vicki Boutin Storyteller products on this layout. So I entered this in a challenge. I forget which blog it was, but it was it had to do with spring, or one photo and spring. Thank you, Sherry. So I took this picture of the little snowdrops that we had coming up in our yard, and I used a Vicki Boutin stencil, and I sprayed. If you haven't gotten this from Michelle, the Pixie Spray, I have so many stencils and I rarely use them, so that's one of my goals, is to start using them. So I used the Pixie Spray on the stencil and put it down, and I sprayed Distressed Oxide Picket Fence white stain, white spray, oxide spray, and then I flicked it with a little bit of the Catch, this one I have here, the Catch Flamingo. There's a little bit of pink in there, I'll move it up for you, and also some of the peacock feathers. So if you can see close up, those colors in there to get that little bit of pink. And the base page already looked like this. It was one of Vicki's designs in the Storyteller collection. And if you can see a little pink in there. Hi, Eve. And the little heart here is done with textured white cardstock, and I used the picket fence glaze on it, and I punched it out. Oh yeah, sure, you gotta clean that room out. And I also used the Nouveau drops to make the raised dots on the flowers. And I added some more Nouveau drops along this little tag. And then one more layout I'm going to share with you before we get started, if you don't mind. So this is for another blog that I belong to on the design team. It's called The Challenge Yourself, and the challenge is for you to be in the layout. It's once a month. I want you to be in a picture in your layout. And this month's challenge was the letter, it was alphabet soup. You had to pick a letter and use those ingredients that start with that letter. So you don't all have to be all the way in the picture, but just part of you, even your hand, if you're not comfortable getting in front of the camera. And I used the letter T. My title is Nacho Tuesday. We were on vacation, and this is the Simple Stories Vintage Great Escape collection that I got from Michelle. It's actually only 3 pieces of that paper. You can see the brown, the tan, and this green. And I took a Vicki Boutin base page from her paper pack. Hi, Tisa. From her paper pad from the Let's Wander collection. And it had these gold circles with the yellow paint already in it. All this is all already on that base. You can see them. And then I took the top of one of my distress stains, this one or another one. Oh, one of my Nouveau sprays. And I dipped it into some of the Nouveau gold mousse. And I made circles on my Simple Story papers. And then I took a paintbrush and I sprayed some of the Distress Oxide Twisted Citron and the peacock feathers. And I used a paintbrush and I kind of filled them in on the Simple Stories page. So that was really fun. I had so much fun doing it. I think my live next month, I'm going to try to do something like this to show how to bring some Vicki Boutin-ness onto non-Vicki Boutin papers. Hi, Kathy. And one of my signatures is I like to make a pocket where I can put my journaling. So if you're not comfortable with your handwriting, but you still want to have a story there for someday, I write on the back of my tag. And it's another way to kind of embellish a working embellishment. Okay, so let's get started with tonight's class. This is going to be a see what you get when you go class, because I decided I'm going to try to wing it. I'm not going to plan it. I'm going to just go for it. I did plan it a little because that's me. I planned it that, hi T, hi Kathy. I planned it that I like the storyline, the Simple Stories line. This is Apron Strings, and you can get it from Michelle at My Little Scrapbook Store. I believe I put the link even in this event. This collection has one of each paper, and it's a happy scrappy bag. It also comes with this great sticker sheet. I love all the sayings on it. It's really, really cute. The little, you could use this to make a recipe book out of. So many things. I did a brunch for my dad's 80th birthday, and I just thought life is short, make it sweet. I have a cake picture. You could use this for a birthday. Very versatile. So since I saw that it only had one of each paper, and I need at least two of each paper, that's just me, because then I'm not afraid to cut one and then I won't have it anymore. I like to have a backup, or that's just me. I might be some of you too. So anyway, I went for it and I asked Michelle if I could get another set. I ordered another set. So the Happy Scrappy bag comes with the 12 by 12 paper pack, the stickers. It comes with these journaling bits that are adorable. And like I said, I ordered two. It comes with these bits and pieces, which are really cool. A lot of the stickers do replicate, or some are a little bit different. It comes with the enamel dots, one of each, but again, if you like it, get two. And it comes with these really cool chipboard stickers. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to grab my embellishments that I'm going to possibly use. And I have this little bin here, and I pulled some other enamel dots that I had. I pulled some brads that I had that I thought might go with it. I don't know if I want to use washi tape, but I kind of pulled some washi tapes that I thought might go with it. My edge distresser, I don't know if I'm going to use it. Some acrylic hearts. So what I do is I put all my embellishments in this container, so I'm sort of organized, but we'll see. Another thing I do is I pull any distress stains. These are discontinued. These are Ranger Distress stains. I like to use these to ink my edges. I don't know if I'm going to do that in this layout. And I also pull some coordinating Nouveau drops in case I want to use those. I don't know if I'm going to, because I have so many enamel dots that go with this, but we'll see how it goes. So put this one away, and I did do a little bit of pre-planning. I did pick my photos, and I want to use a picture or pictures of some no-knead bread that I learned how to bake since quarantine, since COVID-19. And I've made this quite a few times. I never made bread before. I was always afraid of it and all that's involved in it. But this is no-knead bread. If you like a good crusty bread on the outside and a nice light bread on the inside, this is so easy. It is flour, salt, yeast, and water. That's it. And you can bake it the same day. You can let it sit overnight. The only thing that you really need to have is a Dutch oven, or a heavy cast iron or ceramic covered casserole dish, and some parchment paper. Yes, T, it's so easy to make, and it smells so good, especially if you're gonna have soup. It's a great dunker, or some pasta and sauce. So that's what I'm gonna scrapbook. So another thing that I do is I pull out some cardstock that I think might go. I'll put these pictures out of here. I don't know if I'm going to use them all. I'll put them out of the way. I don't know if I'm going to use all the pictures. I don't know which cardstock I'm going to use. I picked this one out because there's a tiny little bit of blue in here. I didn't really see any greens that I had that would go with this color green. but I put the papers that I liked towards the top. And I also like to make a sketch. So I saw something similar to this. This sketch, if you could see it here, and I think I might try to follow that, but we'll see how it goes. I'm still not sure how I want to put my pictures or where I want to put them. So I'm going to hold off matting my pictures for now. I'll put my cardstock out of the way. Find my paper trimmer. And you know, my plan was to make this my frame, this aqua color my frame, make this mostly my main part of my page, have a stripe of this across here, and maybe a little bit of the red on the top and the bottom. I want to tuck a recipe card in, and this set comes with these great recipe cards. Well, some of them, these are just embellishment type cards. I'll just give you a quick flip of some of these papers. I don't know if I'm going to be using these. That yellow is awesome. I mean, you don't have to use this for recipes. Look at those two together. They're awesome. And there's aprons here that are begging to be fussy cut. Here's the apron card, recipe cards. So I don't know which one I want to use. So I haven't written the recipe out yet, but I will post the recipe in the link to this live in case anybody's interested in making some of their own bread. Here's the sticker sheet. Oh, these are fun too. Look at these. Bless this food before us, the family beside us, and the love between us. That's awesome. Made with love. These are great. Look at the chickens. Oh my gosh. Could you like go and have dinner at like a fried chicken place or make fried chicken for dinner and have that as your base, or even go to a farm, right? Go to a farm and visit chickens and have some chicken pictures. It doesn't even have to be food yet. These little sweet embellishments are really cool. And this paper is beautiful too. See, this is why I need to have 2 of each. Get me? Yes, T, you need to get this collection, without a doubt. And I was saying there's only 1 of each, so you might want to get 2. These are adorable. Life is short like the bowl. This is beautiful. Look at these 2 together. Gorgeous. And then this is another fun page. Look at the tags. Made with love. It doesn't even have to be food. You could use this as a gift from our kitchen to yours and bake that bread. And there's tags on the back. You could even write the recipe if you gave somebody something. Right? So lots of fun. Lots and lots of things you can do with it. Highly recommend it. If you can fit it in your budget, go for it. Okay, so I said I was going to use this paper. This is called Live, Love, Eat. This is going to be my frame for my base. So if anybody's taken any of my classes before, you know I like to conserve paper. I'm better than I used to be. And I like to make a frame. And this is called gutting your paper. I know we've seen, some of you may have seen Carrie had one that she got really short, but I like to play it safe and go with the inch all around. So what I do is I start, put my paper and line it up with the 1 inch to the right of where the paper cuts. You can see here. And then I put my blade at 1 inch. I pop the blade in and I pull it down to 11. So you're leaving an inch on the top and the bottom and on the side. And you just turn your page clockwise or counterclockwise until you get all 4 sides cut. And the center comes out. And then you can use, oh, look at that. See, that is the reason why I ordered 2. That is gorgeous. But I don't think I'm going to use that on this layout because it's bread. And I think I could use this somewhere else. But isn't that is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. There's my frame. And now I wanted to use the yellow. Oh, and on the back, here's the yellow, sorry, yellow stripe. On the back of the yellow stripe are these really cute mushrooms. They're adorable. This would make a great spring layout. Elizabeth, probably not going to use recipe, not use recipe paper, even though I love it. Yes, my friend, I would have to agree with that. Unless you can make it a layout of recipe mishaps, perhaps. Yes, Diane, she does. She does have great photos and memories, especially the chocolate chip cookies. They're my favorite. All right, so you know this is still 12 by 12, so it's going to cover up what I have there. So I want to have like a quarter of an inch all the way around to have this pretty aqua teal color showing. So to have a quarter of an inch all the way around, I just need to cut ½ an inch. Instead of going a quarter, a quarter, a quarter, I can just cut ½ an inch off of 2 sides. Now sometimes you can't do that on all papers because of the pattern. So you might want to do the ½ inch so you don't miss something, the quarter inch on 4 sides so you don't miss something. But by doing a ½ inch, and again, I'm lining that ½ inch to the right of my cutter. Oh, Jessica, that would be great. Yeah, so recipe book would be perfect for this kit. So there you can see if I'm in frame or not in frame, that I have about a quarter of an inch all the way around. And I think I want my stripes going up and down. So we're going to leave that like that. Now, my photo is this big. And with a mat, and I can even, can I mat it with the red? If I mat it with the red, will it look funny? Because, yeah, so I'd have red here and I'd have red and white check here. So that's not going to be my mat. Let's go and see. I want to see how big my pictures are going to be when they have a mat on them. So this, oh, this is a stripe too. I kind of like this little polka dot. It's sort of a red. This is Doodlebug, Ladybug, Petite Prince. So it's got a tiny, tiny little, I don't know if you could see the shadow there, tiny little dot to it. And then the other side is the stripe. And it's on a diagonal, but since I have the stripes on the yellow, I think I'm going to go with the dots. So my photo is 4 by 4. So I need 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Yes. Yeah, I like how that pops. It picks up the little red in the flower there. So that's good. I don't know if I'm off screen here. I got to see where I end up there. Okay. And let me just cut these and mat for these just in case I want to use them. 2 3/4, 2 3/4. They're the same size. Let's just go straight down here. All right, I'm betting that I can get 2. Let's see. Oh, looks like I'm gonna need a new blade soon. All right, so 2. Measure twice, cut once, right? So this is 2 3/4, so I need a 3 by 3. Oh, I'm just gonna make it. I need 2 3 by 3s. And I have just 6 inches. All right, we're going for it. Like I said, I don't like to waste paper. A little bit less. I'm the only one that's gonna know, I think, yeah, that my tops and sides are a little bit different. That's fine with me. All right. Now I have to decide, am I going to ink these with my Distress Stain? And I think I am. If you don't have Distress Stains, you can ink it with any other color you like. You can use the Nuvo brushes with an ink pad, but until my Distress Stains run dry, I'm going to use my Distress Stains. And if you have them and you don't use them because you don't know what to do with them, use them before they get old and moldy and stinky, because some of them do. And this is Festive Berries. I have a scrap here, so I want to test out the color. This one is really juicy. Sometimes they're not as wet, so just be careful when you tap them. This one's really, really wet. You can see it here. So I don't have to tap it that much. So I'm just going to take it and run it along the side to see if I like how it looks. And with this one being so wet, it's just gonna blot it off there. So yeah, it gives it a little bit of depth by inking the edges. So I'm going to ink my edges on here. And it's just, to me, I find it very quick and easy. I go to edge because the edge is sometimes a white core. And then just a little bit along the top. And with this one being so juicy, just be careful if you're using them and they are that way. It'll get all over the place. I think one of the reasons why they were discontinued is because they do tend to get moldy and a little stinky, and the colors change to green. Everything's green. Then you know it's time to toss them. Sometimes I'm afraid to use the red because sometimes it looks like a little gory, but this color is nice. And since I decided to ink my edges, get these out of the way, get my hands, I'm going to ink these edges as well. And I have a Wild Honey. Let's see if this one is still good. Get these out of the way to dry. So this one, as you can see, is not as juicy. It's got a little spring in there. So that's what you tap to have it wet the foam top. So this one is a nice yellow. I'm just going to go for it. Yes, T, it's really fast and quick. That's why I like it. And it gives it a little bit of a dimension, and you don't have to be particularly perfect with it. See, I just got a little on the edge. So it gives a little bit of a distressy look too. The wetter it is, the faster it is, but it also can be the messier it is. This one I think has a little broken applicator pad. And it's all the original Ranger Distress colors. I don't have all of them, but I have quite a few of them. And the ones that I don't have, I probably had to toss. Okay. And we'll do the frame as well. This one can go either way. This one I think I'm going to go with cracked pistachio. Could also do peacock feathers, is a little bit darker. And also you could use your distress stains and a brush to ink your edges too, like I'm doing with any, you know, it doesn't have to just be brown or black. I'm going to go with cracked pistachio. Oh yeah, that's nice. Anybody doing anything fun this weekend? Tomorrow is shred day in town, so we get to bring 3 boxes of paper to the municipal building for shredding. Alrighty. And then I'm going to let these dry a little bit. Just gonna make sure that these are dry so we don't get red all over the place. I'm gonna mat my photos. And another tip that I've passed along, I use an extra eyeglass cloth from my eye doctor, and I mat my photos. When I mat my photos, I press them down with that. Keeps my fingers off of them and cleans them up a little bit. Oh, Lenore, you too, huh? Get it shredded. T, you go to work tomorrow. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, everybody. T's got a live on Sunday afternoon at 12:30. Get my cheat sheet out. Tomorrow is Heather's Doodlebug frame class. So if you haven't signed up for that, it may be too late to get your kit for it, but you could always watch it, and I'm sure order a kit later because it will be recorded. And Sunday at 12:30 is Crafting with T. And don't forget, 2 weeks from now is going to be the My Little Scrapbook Store online crop. We hope you can join us. We've got lots planned. And it's always a fun time. Pigeon Forge. Oh, cool. A car show in Pigeon Forge. We were in Pigeon Forge years ago. We stayed at one of the beautiful cabins up in the mountains there. And we did the whole Dollywood and Gatlinburg thing. That was really fun. Really great area. How nice. I'd love to go back someday. That was a great, great family trip. Okay, photos are done. Let's map this guy on here. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I appreciate that you're here. I hope I inspire you to create some fun things. And I hope you get some tips or tricks that you can use on your layouts. So since I know this is 1/4 inch all the way around, I kind of line up my clear ruler at the 1/4 inch. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I move it up higher. I'll wait for the feed to catch up. See, I might have to go a little higher. And then take my paper, making sure it's the way I want it to be, press this down, and if I put my paper up against my ruler at 1/4 inch and 1/4 inch on each side, it should fall nicely into place. And it does. At least good enough for me. Samantha, they have a huge scrapbook store at the outlets. Well, I don't know if the outlets were there when we were there many years ago. I wish I had known if they were. That would be cool. We had a great time. We went to Dollywood. Alrighty, so this is going to be my middle piece, or part of my middle piece. And I want to make sure that this photo is on it. I don't know how I'm going to be putting these photos. Kind of like, I'm a little bit of an angle kind of person. And I know that I also want to put a pocket to put a recipe card in here. So that would mean I would need to go down to about here. And then have a little bit of the yellow on the bottom. Yeah, we'll do that. So I'm just going to mark, I see this little, this flower here. And I think I want to do a little tearing to give a little bit of texture. Nicole, what, laying the yellow base on the cutout frame? It is easy. If you follow those steps, it's 1, 2, 3. It becomes a habit. All right, so I'm going to go with tearing. So tearing, the way I always think about it is, if you tear towards you, the side on your right is going to have the rip. So I want that side to be, this is the piece I'm going to use, so I want the tear to be here. So I'm ripping up towards me. And remember, it's just paper, you're just tearing. I'm not trying to make anything exact, but I do, with this paper, I happen to have these blue flowers along here that I can follow as sort of a guide to get almost a straight edge, but I don't want it to be straight, so it's okay. If I started tearing down, my tear would not be in the same place. So remember, if you're going to tear, always tear in the same direction. It's so funny how far you've come with scrapbooking. I started scrapbooking, oh my goodness, in 2006, I think. I wanted to make a book for my son when he graduated high school. And I remember taking my first class. There was a little scrapbook store in town. And I remember taking my first class, and the fear that I had cutting my first photo, like actually cutting a picture. I would never have done that before. But then once you start cutting, like, you just keep cutting. It's only paper. And nowadays, before then, you had to go to the Walgreens and pick up your pictures and wait for weeks for them to be developed. Now you can print them for yourself at home. So with everything that's digital. So I keep just saying, it's only paper. It's only paper. And when you have 2 of each piece, it's all good. All right, so speaking of being a paper hoarder, do you see this paper here? So this actually could go under here. Maybe not this piece per se. Maybe if I had made it a little bit bigger. But look, you could actually make another layer right there. But I want to make the the red and white check, since this is cooking. Yes, Samantha, you chop them all now. I know, right? Things we used to worry about. Since this is cooking, I want the piece under here to be the red and white check. But I think I'm going to just save this and I'll put it back in the Happy Scrappy bag because, you know, you could even like put it underneath a photo and nobody would know that that's not, I mean, this isn't a good color example, but nobody would know that there's not a full piece of paper underneath there. So yes, call me a paper hoarder. I'll raise my hand every time. All right, so since, remember, I had cut my yellow paper shorter by 1/4 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 inch. So that means that this paper is a 1/2 inch too big. So I need to cut a 1/2 inch off of one side. Oh, Pam, yes, I have basic gray hoarded. Yes, I do. Not enough of it, but I do. My favorite basic gray line was Marrakesh. Absolute favorite. All right, so since this is a jaggedy edge, top and bottom, I can't butt it up here to get a straight line, but I can line it up to the 1/2 inch on here and just hold it carefully so that I can get a straight edge. All right. To you too, basic gray hoarder. You know, I get so mad. I see them on Facebook and they still make fabric. And it's beautiful fabric. You almost did a challenge for the crop using. Oh, that's good. You use your oldest or longest hoarded paper. That would be a really cool challenge, Jess. You chickened out? Oh, yeah, I have some too. You too, Lenore? Yeah, I mean, I have some old paper. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but you never know, right? You never know. What did I pulled it out to use it for something. Was it my last layout that I did? Yes, okay, ladies. So watch for my layout for the May challenge. So it hasn't been announced yet, but I did an inspiration layout for you guys. And I used some old paper. I originally thought that I wanted to use some paper that was even older than that, because in my mind I pictured it one way and I pictured it being perfect for this layout, and that I had held on to it for so long, and now I finally found the picture that I wanted to use for it, but it wasn't the one. I would have cut it, Pam, I would have cut that paper, the one that I found, if it was perfect, but it wasn't, so it went back into the stash. And I found another paper that I also have had for a while that worked even better, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, we all have paper problems, and there's worse things, right, ladies? There's worse things to worry about and to have problems with. Oh, Scenic Grew, I remember them, Lenore. I remember them. They were great too. All right, so I had said that I wanted to use the red and white check paper, which is really cool. I didn't show you the back of this. The back of the red and white check is really fun too. I don't know which way to hold it because they're going in all directions. But this would be great for a farm layout. Oh, Diane, Marie Kondo your paper. That would be the yeah, that's true. But see, too much paper brings joy. It does. If the other side of this paper wasn't the red and white check, I might Marie Kondo this paper. Although it's kind of vintagey and it would be cool for a farm layout. But then you'd have to keep it because it still would be cool. Okay. So we're going to go back here, and I want to put the red under here. And I don't want the red and white check to be straight edge. I want it to be torn as well. So I'm going to tear it, and I like seeing a little bit of the red and the white and the red and the white. So if I cut this right here, I can, let me mark that. I can then tear the one edge. Yeah, Jess, sometimes you do need to purge. I agree. I agree. And that really is a good way to look at it, Diane. Does it bring you joy or not? All right, so this is 2 1/4. I'm going to make 2 2 1/4 strips. Put this over here. And then remember the center of the page is a 1/2 inch shorter, so before I tear, I'll just cut these guys off. And let's cut them off the same edge so that my paper's, yeah, going to be the same way. So that's this side, right? Yes. 1/2 inch here. Yes, Amy, right? You definitely, you need this paper, ladies. You need this paper. It is. I mean, just the flowers and it's just so pretty. And this red and white, if you have a picnic outside, you don't even have to cook. How about this red and white with like watermelon and ants or something on it? It's much easier to tear when you don't have the whole other side of the paper there. Okay, that's going to go on the bottom, and this is going to go on the top this way. So now a really cool thing to do with these stains is you can ink the torn part of the paper, and it makes it very bright and bold. So I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm going to test it on a piece. Unfortunately, I can't test it on this side of it to get the true light because it'll be here. It might be too red. Let's see. But on here, let's see if I ink this. I don't want to ink it with yellow. I might ink it with the teal. Let's see. All right, so I tore a little bit of this piece to see if I want to ink it. I might just want to ink that one to bring this aqua in here. Again, this is cracked pistachio. And if you don't have the stains, you can certainly do this with inks and a brush or the applicator. All right, so I kind of like that. It brings this soft aqua color, right? It gives it a little bit of a burst here to bring it like the edge. So that I'm definitely going to ink. Depending on how much white you have showing, it'll show how much, that much more in those spots. I'm going to go along the edge on here too. I find this very, very relaxing, the inking of my edges. That and fussy cutting. Do I have any other fussy cutters amongst us? I love to fussy cut. I usually fussy cut during Michelle's live sales or during bingo. All right, this is a little wet. We'll let this dry a little bit. I'm going to take a sip of water because I've been yapping here. All right, so the plan, that's the black showing through. Okay, the plan is to go here, here. And how much will show? Did I judge correctly? No, I covered it up. So I cut a lot of this. All right, so we got to go up higher. We want that to show. We want that to show. A little bit of the white and the red there. Yeah, I like how the cracked pistachio gives that another dimension there with that edge. And I think I'm going to leave this edge white. Although, hold please, there is some black accents in here. So I think I'm going to use the word recipes. And just looking at the other elements that might have, can't touch this, that's good, has black. I might use, where are you guys? There's no black enamel dots, but I do have black Nuvo. But I'm thinking I might want to ink the edges with this, of the red and white, in black. Yeah, it does help separate the patterns, right, T? Yeah, I'm going for it. I think I'm going to do it in black because then also my recipe card might have some black flowers, or I might fussy cut some black flowers. All right, we're going for it. And they make a black soot. It's like one of my almost emptiest ones. But we'll do it. Oh, it's definitely dark, but I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna make it all pop. And just a warning, sometimes if it's really juicy, although this one isn't, like the red, it could splatter underneath. So if you don't want to do it over anything that's going to show, any of your other papers that are going to show. And if I didn't like it, I could just tear another piece, right? Let's see. I like it. I like it. It gives it dimension. I might even take that black and go around the outside of the aqua too. Hi, Susan. No problem. We're just playing with apron strings here and creating as we go. Okay, so while they dry, I've decided, looking at this, since I have the black on there, I need a little bit more of a pop for my my frame. So I've already put the cracked pistachio along the edge, but I'm not really seeing it. I'm just gonna go lightly on the edge. Let's see. It's hard to tell with the black base, but you'll see. I'll show you in a minute. Well, it's dry. There it is. Just going to go a little bit more carefully because I still want to see the cracked pistachio shadow there. But I just wanted to define it with this black edge. Oh, going a little over there, but that's okay. Oh, Beth from Wyoming. Welcome. Welcome. What's the weather like in Wyoming these days? Has spring sprung there? Gotcha, Susan. We all know about stashes, right, ladies? Okay. So I'm happy with that. You really can't see it on the black mat. But if I do this, now you can see it. See how it gives it a nice black edge? So it's going to look good. Snow, you have snow? Oh my goodness. Beth, that's crazy. Good luck. I won't complain about our rain and all the stuff coming off of the trees. All right, so you see what I mean about the edge, and it ties this black in there. I am happy. Let's go back to setting these pieces. I always look to see if there's an up or a down on pattern paper. This one really doesn't matter that much, but for my eye, I see the 3 flowers, I see the 3 leaves, and I like the leaf on the bottom pointing down. It's all preference, but just a note, when you're laying your paper down, make sure it's going the way you want it to go, because I'm sure we've all been there and it's gone the wrong way. Spring showers, okay. Well, I think in my memories, not that long ago, we had snow on this day, and in my Facebook memories that came up. And I recall in the memory I had written a note that it reminded me of when I was a little girl, that it was Easter and we had snow on Easter. And at that time, my parents had the old metal radiators in the house to heat the home. And the metal radiators came on at night, Easter night, while we were in bed, after my parents had set our Easter baskets on the metal radiators. So we woke up to an Easter basket that had Easter grass with just bunny ears sticking up and some jelly beans poking out of like all melted chocolate and melted Peeps, and we had to wait until it got cold and break the chocolate apart and pull the pieces of Easter grass out of it. Susan, I might have already said, is that distress stain you're using with the dabber for the edging? Yes, I am. No, it comes with the dabber. And the dabber is to, I dab it so that you pull the stain into the pad that you ink with. Unfortunately, these are discontinued. I had said in the beginning, Ranger discontinued them. I think the reason must be because some of them get moldy and they turn green. So you can't get them anymore. So if you ever see them anywhere, buy them up. Or instead of using the dabber like I'm doing, you could use your Distress inks in the same way with one of the Nuvo brushes to ink your edges. A lot of people ink their edges with either brown or black, and I've just found that inking them with a color just brings so much more to the layout. And it's something that I guess I had started doing it when there were chalks. Remember the chalk inks that the foam would rub off and fall off? Yeah. All right, so this is kind of off because these are going down and I know where I want them. So I'm going to just mark here because that's going to be covered, and I can line them up. And I think they're pretty straight. And I'm not a big gluer out of here because I like to have the lift and the texture. And I don't know if you can hear anything, any rumbling behind me, but that's a train that just went by, so I'm used to it now, but I don't know if you guys can pick that up on here. At least they don't blow the whistles when they go by. Okay. All right, now I'm thinking here, I had said that I was going to make a pocket to slip a recipe card in. So one thing, I don't know if you guys know, you can do this on this Scotch tape glider. You can roll that tape, that glue right off, the adhesive right off before you put it down. But it's got to be before you put it down, because it sticks pretty well. All right, so they're coming down. I need to decide which recipe card I'm going to use. So let's get these guys on here. I don't want to use this one. Oh, this is the back. Those are the directions. Quick quotes, powder puff chalking inks for edging. Foam doesn't break apart like cap and puller. I use distress too, but with a foam dauber. Yeah, you could use a foam dauber for the distress inks. I've used the quick quotes powder puff the chalking inks too for edging. I used to use those before the distress stains. But I find that the distress stain, if you have it wet enough, it just glides right on. It's faster than the chalking. But they all work. Alrighty, so I'm going to use recipe as my title, right? And I'm thinking I'm going to make, since I'm going on an angle, I'm going to go with this one, and I'll show you what my idea is. I went a little over on that side. Oh well. Just trim this off. I'm going to need a brown to ink this edge, but before I do that, here's my thinking. I don't like this blue in this picture, so let's get rid of some of that. Let's do this and this. We're going to overlap, or maybe we can do some embellishment overlapping there. And I think I'm going to put my recipe card like this. No, it's sticking out here, so it's going to have to come over more. I like that. I could even go this way then with these and put the word recipe here. I could use some washi tape for a pull tab there, or I know there's some stickers that I could use too. Little file folders on them. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. So we know we want the pocket here. And we have this paper laid out like this. So I'm going to keep this where it is, flip it over. Now this is where I need to put my foam so that I can slide it in this spot. Okay, so I don't want this too high up, so I'm going to use some handy dandy foam tape that I got from Michelle. It's paper and it tears. Thanks, T. You like that? Thanks. It's paper, it tears easily. This is not, I don't know the thickness of this. It must be like 1/18 inch thick. And it's pretty sticky, but it tears easily. So I'm going to make my pocket, and I'm going to go along that line so that the card will slide into place. You don't want to go on the line, you just want to go right to the line, because if it slides in a little bit further, it's okay. But you want to block all access of it finding its way out. Thanks, Beth. You like that? Yeah, I do this on a lot behind my pictures so that I can put my journaling back there. We're right about there. I mean, you could tear this into tiny pieces. I just need it to the edge. It's not going to escape there. All right, and I'm going to have this whole piece be raised then too, because I don't want a big bump just where the card is. So it's just going to give it some dimension. There's one there. We don't want it dipping in here. Again, you can see I am a little frugal. Oh, My Little Scrapbook Store. You can get this from Michelle at My Little Scrapbook Store. I think she has different thicknesses. This is very, very thin. You could, if you want something raised more, you can double up, triple up on it. It's very sticky. It's really easy to work with, as you can see. I'm just ripping it where I want it instead of the foam dots, and I think it's even more economical too. Samantha, I don't know if you were here earlier. You said you've never seen that done before. I shared a layout somewhere. Where did I put my layouts? Oh, okay. So this is a layout I did that has a pocket where I put journaling. I'm just going to take a quick break here, ladies, from the layout. So this is a layout I did for the Challenge Yourself blog that I'm on the design team for. Every month there's a layout challenge that you have to be in the photo, and the other theme was ABCs. So we had to pick a letter. I picked T. That letter had to be in my title, which is Nacho Tuesday. And I used twine, washi tape. I forget what else I used. But anyway, on a tag, here's my tag. Hi, Janice. So this is my tag that I used from the Simple Stories Great Escape collection that I got from Michelle. And then on the back of the tag, I journaled about what the photos are from. So it's a great way to add something to your layout without actually adding to it, and add some information on it. So I hope that's helpful. Okay, back to our layout. So I am going to place this here after I take all my tape off. That's the fun part. So if you are not a follower on my blog, I invite you to stop by sometime, say hi. I post 1 or 2 layouts a month. Sometimes I post recipes. I haven't done that in a while. My blog is www.shercara, that's SHERCARA, at blogspot.com. Oh, Samantha, I am glad you found me tonight. Thank you. And if you are not a member of the My Little Scrapbook Store group, we'd love for you to join the My Little Scrapbook Store and More Layouts and More Facebook page. And the last weekend of the month, we are having a live online crop that's free. And the designers are all going to be taking turns doing lives. And I think we're going to have some Zoom cropping too, so you are more than welcome to join. And Stephanie, yes, it's time to get back into it since you've had grandchildren. That is awesome. Congratulations. All right, so make sure my pocket is going in the right place where I wanted it. Yes. And this was just about here. I'm lining up, lining up my side. So if this edge is straight, the rest of it should be straight. And there we go. And let's give this a little test. So we want this to go in here. Go, go, go. Get it the right angle. Come on, I know you're gonna fit. Don't fail me now. All right, you're being stubborn. What did you do? Come on. So the good thing is when you lift this off, oh, here it's this way, let's see. Let's see. Do I not have it the right way? Did I make it too tight? Let's see what the problem is. See, it's a good thing we have a happy little accident here. We can learn how to fix it. Yes, I'm over too far. All right, so the small piece here is giving me a problem. Let's take this piece off. We rip the paper, it's no biggie because it's the back. Okay, so if you come off, what's the deal here? Maybe I was over too far. Oh, let's give this a shot. Move it up a little. See, ladies, it's only paper. And there she goes. I must have had it at the wrong angle or just a little hair over. But it's all fixable. All right, so since I've inked mostly everything else, I have to ink this card just to give it a little bit more of a pop. And I pulled out my handy dandy vintage photo. Scraps, and these scraps I'm not keeping. See, this one's a little juicy, so it's going to just be a quick line. And I picked brown for this because this looks like it's got a wood tone. And since this is a recipe card and it's front and back, I'm going to ink the back of it too. Okay. And Stephanie and Samantha, I don't know if you heard me say before, this is Simple Stories, Apron Strings collection. It's actually from a Happy Scrappy bag from My Little Scrapbook Store. And this is the Simple Stories collection. There is a link in my live, so you can see everything that you get in it. But there's 12 by 12 papers, and then we also have some chipboard, which I'm going to pull out now, and enamel dots, and journaling bits, and some bits and pieces. So we're going to use some of those now. Yes, Stephanie, many, many new things. Sorry guys, I made a little sip there. All right, so this should be dry. Just wait, make sure. Because I don't want any brown smears on my layout. I'm going to slide it in. There, now it goes in. Okay, good. So I was thinking about, let's start with the sticker sheet. Let's put these where we think they might go. I'm still wondering about my placement here, ladies, whether I want all three of them. I think since we're doing that angly thing here, we're going to go with angles. And I was thinking about these tabs to use as a little pull on my recipe. But none of them say anything about bread, so I would have to use ones without writing, which is fine. I could use miscellaneous, but it's kind of pink, so I don't want to pull any pink into here. Yeah, the colors are beautiful. I love the colors. Lick the bowl, that's a good one. I could picture that with like somebody licking the beaters. Chop it like it's hot. Okay. All right, so let's see. I think since I have the red, I don't want the yellow stripe. Oh, we have to go with the black. The black flowers. Yeah, these black flowers, definitely. And then on the back, and we could do anything on the back. All right, so these black flowers are going to go here. And I'm just going to go a little bit on the edge. And then I'll match up another one on the back. Here we do red on the back because this will be out. And we'll do the red and white check. We'll just line it up to where this one is. I don't know if it's off screen or not. Just don't press it down until you get it lined up. You don't see any white. There we go. I like that. So there's my little pull tab when I write my recipe on here. I've never done one on the angle before, so I guess you just have to get it right. There. Oh, there it goes. I had it going the wrong way. All right, perfect. Like it a lot. Let's play with these. This out of the way. I don't need you. I don't need you right now. So these are the bits and pieces, and I am loving this flower to cover up that blue dish. This is a smaller one. Yeah, Jennifer, this would be great for a recipe book, right? Okay, we don't need a knife. Look at these cute little chickens, but this isn't chicken. Beautiful. We've got a heart. I like the heart. Cake. Another heart. Good food. Delicious. No sugar. I'm going to use the big recipe chipboard. Knife and fork. We definitely used flour. Love the mixing bowls. Look at the little piggy. Cheese. Mixer. You don't use a mixer for this. A hot mitt. What's for dinner? Grocery bag, country kitchen, mushrooms, a timer. Just pulling out anything that I might want to use. Seasoned with love. Moo cow. That's pretty. Made with love. Another heart. Life is too short. Eat dessert first. A messy kitchen is a happy kitchen. A pie. Spatula. A big wooden spoon. I like that it's black because it'll pick up the rest of the black. Yummy. Mixer. Oh, look at these coffee cups. Another heart. Bread. Bingo. A grater. Yum is cute. Oh, I did make that in a crock pot. Well, a crock, not a crock pot. Oh, look, a charcuterie board. Oh, I've got pictures of those. So it doesn't have to be for baking. Mixing bowl. People who love to eat are always the best people. Julia Child. I love Julia Child. Cutting board, lemon. Oh, here's that cool farm. That would be great on that farm, the farmyard page. And this adorable stove. Adorable. This stove is also on one of the pattern papers that you could fussy cut out. But why fussy cut when you have the die cut for it, right? All right, so those are going to go here. I don't know if I'm going to use any of these ephemera die cuts. I don't think so. The secret ingredient is love, and it's red, so I might use that. Decisions. There's so much stuff in this collection, and like I said, it's just gorgeous. I think you could use it forever and ever. Food doesn't go out of style. I actually work for a company called Natrex, part of Givaudan, and Givaudan is a big flavor house and fragrance house, but a big flavor house, and they've done very, very well through COVID. A lot of people are cooking at home more, and the beverage division is done very well, especially the alcoholic beverage division, or at least for the seltzers. Any of your seltzers, the hard seltzers that you have acerola in, which is a cherry, which is an antioxidant, we're there. So yeah, you could use this for food, drink, picnics, farm. Sorry, I needed a sip. All right, so I like the secret ingredient is love, but I don't like that it doesn't show up that much. So I am seeing it. I guess I have to get this collection too, especially now that there's a Julia Child quote. Definitely, Debbie Marie, definitely. I love Julia Child. I love that movie that they made of her life. That was awesome. And I didn't realize that Stanley Tucci, who's doing this special on the Eating Around Italy on CNN, played her husband in that movie. I didn't realize that at first. All right, so see the black, I'm thinking this needs to be matted on black without a doubt. Now I have that red, juicy red anchor. So I'm going to, and I am a messy scrapbooker if you haven't noticed, but that's how I roll. So So I'm going to ink this with red quickly. And I know that this is saturated because I used it before. And since these edges, I gotta dry it off first. Hold on. Should have done the scallops first. I don't want to get red all over. All right, so since these edges are scalloped, I kind of roll it so that I can get in there and get to the point too. Oh yeah, Debbie, Stanley Tucci tours Italy and eats all over. I have not watched it, Susan. I've taped it, or yeah, I guess you still call it taped it, right? Recorded it. That's what we do now. Recorded it. All right, so my black cardstock, as you can see, I have once cut out a frame and edged a piece of paper in black cardstock, so I still have my center black. If anyone missed earlier, I'll just give you a quick sneak peek because we're going to have to decide where we're going to put these. One of the things I like to do, get over there, is save paper, and I gut my paper. So this edge here, I actually cut the center out of so that I can save and use that fabulous piece of paper somewhere else. And I can't find it to show it to you. It's in my stack over here somewhere. But I'm sure you believe me. Okay, so that's that story. So yeah, so there was a piece of paper that was this big I have over in my pile, so it's gorgeous. I don't want to waste it. Definitely, yeah. So rewatch the video of this so that you can see how I did that if you're not familiar with it. Oh, I almost lost a heart. All right, so I just want to mat this. And let's give it an approximate. Wow. Yeah, T. Italy is gorgeous. We were in Italy in 2007. Hi, Tanya. We did a Disney Mediterranean cruise, an 11-night cruise that left out of Barcelona and went to Rome for a day, and we did Pompeii and the Amalfi Coast one day. It was amazing. Wanted to go back for my 60th birthday that's coming up this year, but I don't think that's gonna happen. No worries, Tanya, glad you could make it. So I am eyeballing this. I want the little black scallops to remain. I'm not going to fussy cut around it there. I'm gonna make my bottom square. I like how it looks fancy that way. Yes, I like that. And I need to ink it since I've been inking everything else. Picket Fence is another one. The Distress Stain, this one you can hear it jiggling because it's thick. It's not clear. What is it, opaque? And there, I can see that it's a little bit wet. And this one you could probably go with 2 coats. It looks bright and white when you first put it on, but then it kind of saturates and it gives it a real chalky look. So it's like a chalkboard effect. So if you have any layouts that have like chalkboard looking pattern and prints and stuff, it's really fun. And I think you could do this with your, I don't know, do they make a distress oxide picket fence? If not, they should. Oh yeah, they do. They make a distressed oxide picket fence spray, so I would think they have a pad. So you could probably do it, use your ink pad to do the same thing. Okay. Yeah, Susan, we sailed on 7707 out of Barcelona. It was our first trip to Europe with our kids. It was awesome. Great memory. And it was a Disney cruise. I don't know if I said that before too, on the Magic. We actually have booked or deposited a Disney cruise for May 6th of next year. Next year will be our 40th wedding anniversary and postponed my 60th birthday celebration. So we have a Disney cruise book that sails out of Hawaii, around the islands, and to Vancouver, Canada. So I'm hoping that we get to do that. For our 30th anniversary, my husband and I Disney offered a cruise from LA to Hawaii and back. And we were lucky to be able to do that. And then they stopped offering that. Okay, so now I've got this extra thing here. So, do I want the slices of bread? I don't know. I don't know. I like this one. Maybe I want both of them like that. I was thinking of angles, but I have this one an angle. What do you think? Gotta cover up that blue. I don't even know. You know, it actually isn't blue. It's in my burgundy crock pot, but I think the crock, my Pampered Chef casserole baker, the ceramic crock, and I think it's the light shining on it, the reflection, but it's just way too blue. So that's easily disguised, easily. And if there's a person there that I didn't like, you could do that too. So I am liking this. Oh, you booked your first trip to Hawaii this summer? Oh, I hope you get to go. Yeah, this one, since it's our 40th, we are going to take our kids who are 32 and 26 with us because they've sailed on mostly all of our Disney cruises except for the ones we went through the Panama Canal on. And I think we're going to fly to LA and then spend time in Disneyland a couple of days and then fly to Hawaii and spend a couple days at Disney's Aulani there. And then do the cruise. So we'll see if that happens. Doesn't hurt to plan. Feels good to have something to plan. Okay, so this would look cute here. And Tanya, I am using the Simple Stories Apron Strings collection. My Little Scrapbook Store has an awesome Happy Scrappy bag. It only has one piece of each paper in it, so if you love these papers, I would suggest, I'll show you ordering two, or at least ordering two of the collection, the papers, because they are awesome. Like, you could use them, we were talking before, if you watch the video again, you could use it for so many different things, not just cooking. You could use it for a picnic, for a farm visit, a birthday party. What are you thinking, ladies? What do you think? I pulled these guys out. Oh, we got the loaf of bread. Do we need a loaf of bread? We know it's a loaf of bread, but it is a loaf of bread, so that's probably nice as a cluster there. I also have the chipboard too. Let me see if I pop out the recipes where that's going to go. I wish they found a better way to have chipboard packaged. And I like that it's in the display that it's in, but then once it pops out, if you use it or you don't use it, it gets all jumbled. T, thanks for putting that link there. So there's the link to the Apron Strings if anybody's interested in purchasing it. I love it. Down here is too far down. And here it's too much in the way. Is it sourdough? No, it's not sourdough starter. If you have a starter, YouTube it or Pinterest and look it up to see how to use it. I haven't started a sourdough starter. This is a no-knead bread, and I'm going to write the recipe on here, and I'm going to put the recipe in the comments for this live. It is flour, salt, yeast, the yeast is the quick start yeast. What is it called? Oops, I dropped that. Instant yeast. Yeah. Flour, salt, instant yeast, warm water. Mix it with a spoon. It sits for at least, they say 10 to 18 hours, but I've done it in the morning, like first thing at 8 o'clock, and then baked it at 3. And you have to bake it in a covered Dutch oven. I have a Pampered Chef stoneware with the glaze on the outside that has a lid. It has to have a lid, and it has to be able to go into a 450-degree oven. And you bake it at 450 degrees with the lid on for 30 minutes. You have to heat the crock pot for 30 minutes first, or the crock or the Dutch oven for 30 minutes in the oven first. Take it out hot. Put the no-knead bread that you've scraped out of the bowl, put it on your counter with some flour, like fold it over a couple of times to make a ball, put it on a piece of parchment paper, and that's what you see here, and drop it into that hot, carefully, that hot Dutch oven, put the lid on it, put it back in the oven for 30 minutes, take the lid off, and then let it go in uncovered for 15 minutes. And it is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Oh, I dropped something. 1 second. All right, so what are we thinking about the layout so far? Sorry for all my talking. I think we need something else here. And my pizza rustica recipe. Yeah, actually I bought so much stuff to make it. I'm making another one this weekend because we gave it away to a family that was here at Easter. It was my dad's 80th birthday. And we all have our double vaccine, so we're able to get together with some family, which was really, really great. And I'm thinking I'm going to switch something out here. I'm going to just go for it and slide all of these out and make a mess. See what I mean? You can't get them all. All right, so I want the mixing bowls. They all fell out. Susan, I'll send you the pizza rustica recipe for sure. All right, so the mixing bowls are going over here. They're going to go here. Don't stick. And I think the yellow hot knit is going to go here. Kind of like in the, I was thinking I wanted the recipes over here. Maybe if I move things over. And let it rise 2 hours, take it out to shape into a round loaf, let it rise another 2 hours and bake the same way. I also let my dough rise in the oven with the light on. Oh, okay, with the light on but not the oven on. Oh, that's a good idea to put it in the oven to rise. Thanks, Laura. I haven't made a loaf in a while, but I really need to make it. Everybody loves it. Sometimes you just have to commit, so I think that's what I'm about to do. I need to get this stuck down. What else was I looking at? think I pulled enough out. Might want some flowers up here. What color flowers? These flowers here. It's all, oh, look at this bread box. Too many sweet things. Too many sweet things. All right, we're not going to use the bread box. We're going for these flowers. They're going to go there. Recipes is going to go here. There's some hearts I might add later. What do we think? The bread box above the recipe title. T. That could work. It makes it almost like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I like that. Let me see how it looks on there. I know it is cute, right? It is cute, Amy. My only problem with the bread box is that I like it too, but it doesn't show. Let me see. I have an idea. I have an idea. Does it show up better like that? Ink around it. Yeah, I could ink around it, but it's shiny. It's that chipboard shiny. And if I ink around that, then I personally feel that I have to ink around every other little element too. Okay, I'm going with it this way. I'm going to pop some things. Let's move these out of the way first, and we'll get the pictures down. going to pop this one. And then, because this corner is all red and teal, I want to see if I have a little yellow heart. Yellow chicks. It's a big yellow heart. Okay. And a little. Come on. Oh my goodness. All right, if you're going to fight me, then we're coming this way. Yeah, we'll do a bunch of little ones. All right, so does anybody have the art glitter glue from Michelle? This is like the go-to glue. You can't get it in the winter because it doesn't ship well in the cold. But now that it's not cold, if you don't have it, you could look at the tiny dot that you can put on there. This is some awesome, awesome stuff. I mean, just very fine dot. I love using it for if I take twine or baker's twine and loop it around and out a layout. It's awesome. Okay, I'm happy with that. This is going to have to be pop dotted. Right, T? The best ever glue. I'm sorry if I'm keeping you guys up too late. I'm almost done. Thanks for sticking around with me and spending your Friday night with me. I know there's lots of other places to go, and I appreciate you being here. All right, is there an up or a down? Let's do it this way so we cover a little bit of each of the photos. It's kind of centered there. Hey, Pam. Welcome, welcome. We're still going strong. Almost done. Yeah, I kind of like it this way. Thank you, Pam. Okay. I'm keeping you sane. 1,000,000 plastic eggs. Oh. That can be fun. Or not. I hope you find something fun in them, maybe. An extra piece of chocolate somebody forgot. So I'm popping the spoon part of this. Since I mixed it with the spoon, I want to add the wooden spoon, and it's black, so it brings in those black colors. I need something else over here. So I kind of like threes. I know this isn't part of my three. This is 1, 2, 3, 3. I need something here. Need something here. The red mitt, maybe. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so this will get glued down straight. Hey, you found M&Ms. Hopefully they're this year's M&Ms. Like I said, my sons are 32 and 26, and they still got Easter baskets this year. Although we did not dye eggs or hide eggs. We usually dye our Easter eggs, and then the Easter Bunny comes early in the morning and he takes those eggs out of the refrigerator and hides that dozen eggs around the living room area, and they have to find them. But the Easter Bunny was a slacker this year, and well, it kind of would have interfered with my dad's 80th birthday celebration, so we didn't do eggs this year. Okay, I think I'm going to put recipes here. Oh, good for you, Pam. Yeah, we always dye them, but my dad's birthday was the day before Easter, so we ended up having an Easter brunch for him. Okay, I think that's going right there. I could add some enamel dots too, 3, 3, and 3, and then I'm going to call it a night. I've kept you guys up late enough. But I think it needs, since I have the enamel dots, I think it needs the extra little texture element for them. So let's see, over here. Ooh, look at that green, is very green, but I don't think I want that green on this layout. I don't think that I have enough of it on this layout. So I'm just going to go with the aqua, the yellow, and the red. Actually, it's not even red, it's orange on here. Huh, look at that. It's more of an orange. Okay. So remember what I said about my rule of 3. There's no real rule to it. It's what's pleasing to my eye. 3, 3. We've got the 3. That's not counting because that's almost like a photo element. So now I need 3 more. I think I'm going to bring it over to here. So we'll do a big one of these. I'm just going to alternate the sizes. Medium. Yeah, right? But Nuvo is so fun too. Nuvo is like your own enamel dots. Like a black Nuvo dot would look cool in here. And where are we going with 3? Over here? Oh, it's too much up there, so I'm going to bring it over down here. So I need a big yellow one. We'll do a medium orangey one and a baby teal one. 3 Easter bins down to 1. Oh, that's great. And hey, and it makes room for more scrapbooking stuff, Susan. Just perfect. Definitely perfect. Alrighty. There we go. So what do you ladies think? I think I'm done. I like how it came out. I hope you do too. I hope I've inspired you. And again, this is the Simple Stories Apron Strings collection. You can get it at My Little Scrapbook Store. She's got happy scrappy bags, different price ranges too, different elements that are included. Again, if you love it, love it, love it, get 2 packs of paper without a doubt, because it's gorgeous. Oh, thank you, Tanya. You're welcome. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you, Debbie. I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed and had fun. And I hope you all get a chance to scrapbook this weekend too. Make some time for you. You're just as important as everybody else. If mom's not happy, nobody's happy. Tell them that. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Thank you again. And don't forget, tomorrow at 4 o'clock, you can catch Heather's Doodlebug frame class. Just check out the My Little Scrapbook Store page. You can at 12:30 craft with tea on Sunday. And Friday, April 30th to May 2nd, we have our online crops at the My Little Scrapbook Store. We're going to have lots of lives and lots of inspiration for you. All right, take care. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Thanks for being here.